For example number 3, more of the same stuff, but now we're going to have 3 terms. So I'm given dy dx is equal to 6 squared minus 8x minus 4 times x squared minus 4 times x minus 1. So they were nice enough to kind of start to factor it for us. And then they said find the general solution. So they want us to find the general solution, which is y equals some stuff, and then we're going to have plus c on the end. So that means we need to integrate that. So to integrate that, I need to break this down. And so really what they want us to find is we have x squared, or 6x squared minus 8x minus 4 all over. This is a difference of squares, so it's really x plus 2 times x minus 2 times x minus 1. So, all with respect to x. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to find a over x plus 2 plus b over x minus 2, and I'm specifically putting a little bit of space in between all of these, all over, or c over x minus 1, and then all that stuff has to equal our common denominator, right? And the top has to be 6x squared minus 8x minus 4. So now our common denominator was all this stuff. So I'm just going to, in the top here, I'm going to multiply x minus 2 and then x minus 1, because that's the only thing that's missing. On this one, the only thing that's missing is x plus 2 and then x minus 1. And then on C, what's missing is, well, it's x squared plus or minus 4, which is going to be the x plus 2 times x minus 2. So now when I multiply that all out, I'm going to get a x minus 2, x minus 1, plus b times x plus 2 times x minus 1, and just c times x squared minus 4 equals 6x squared. Well, actually, let me write that on a separate sheet of paper over here. 6x squared plus, or I'm sorry, minus 8x minus 4. Okay, so well, let me write that on a separate sheet of paper, and I got to write a little smaller. It isn't going to fit. So I've got a times x minus 2 times x minus 1 plus b times x plus 2 times x minus 1 plus c times x squared minus 4 is equal to 6x squared minus 8x minus 4. And I think I'm able to fit all that in on the screen if I zoom out just a little bit. All right, good. Let me double check everything, make sure I'm doing okay. Yep. So now I could do the same thing here. If I let x equal 2, then I get a times 0 times 2 minus 1, which is 1, plus b times 4 times 1. And what I'm doing is I'm saying like 2 plus 2 and 2 minus 1, and I'm figuring out what those are in my head. This would be 2 minus 2, which is 0, and so on and so forth. Plus 2 squared minus 4, so this would be c times 0, is equal to 6x squared, but x is 2, right? So it's 6 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 minus 4. Okay? And so I get 4b is equal to 4 times 6, which is 24, minus 4 is 20, minus 16 is 4. So I get b is equal to 1. Good. Now if I take the same thing and I'm going to let x equal negative 2, then I'm going to get a times negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. And then negative 2 minus 3 is negative 3. Or, sorry, I said the answer. Plus b would be a 0. And then times negative 3 plus c. Negative 2 squared is 4, so that's 0. And then I've got 6 times negative 2 squared minus 8 minus times negative 2 minus 4. So this is a positive 4, so over here I get 24 plus 16, which is 40, minus 4. I think that's 36. I better let me double check. 24 plus 16 is 40, minus 4 is 36. And so I get a times 12, and if I divide both sides by 12, I get a is equal to 3. Okay, so far so good. So now I need to cancel out the other stuff. Oh, let's do x equals 1. So now if I do x equals 1, then I get a equals 0, right? Plus b equals 0, plus c, 1 minus 4 is negative. It's it's negative 3, right? And then that's equal to 6 times negative 1 squared minus 8 times negative 1 minus 4. So this becomes 1 times 6 plus a positive 8 is 14 minus that is 10. And so, wait, let me think that through. Six plus 8 is 14. Oh, I'm plugging in a positive 1, so this is a positive 1, not a negative 1. Yes, okay. So if that's a positive 1, this is still 6, but now it's 6 minus 8, which is negative 2, minus 4, that's negative 6. So c times negative 3 equals 6. If I divide both sides by negative 3, I get c is equal to 2. Whew, that's a lot of work. So now, to finish my problem, what I'm integrating, if I go through all that stuff, I'm going to integrate my original integration was 6x squared minus 8x minus 4 all over x plus 2, x minus 2, x minus 1, and that will equal the integration of 3 over x plus 2 plus the integration of 1 over x minus 2 plus the integration of 2 over x minus 1. If I take the constants and toss those to the front, I get 3 times the integral of 1 over x plus 2 plus 1 times 1 over, and I didn't really need to do that, but I did it anyways, plus 2 over the integral of 1 over x minus 1. So then I have 3, the natural log of the absolute value of x plus 2 plus the natural log of x minus 2 plus the natural log of the absolute value of x minus 1. Okay? Now, we could clean this up a little bit by using the properties of logs. So I could take this coefficient and toss it up here as a power. I could take this coefficient and toss it up here as a power. And now I have all the base of natural logs. So I have log of the absolute value of x plus 2 cubed times the natural log of x minus 2 times the natural log of absolute value of x minus 1 squared plus c. That's it.